home now. Also, that list of things, when you list them out, that's too many things to be doing. I usually speak off the cuff, but yesterday I wrote a speech and I want to do it justice. So I am gonna snag my notes here and have them in front of me in case we need them, because I think the words that I wrote matter and I want to share them with all of you. Woo. The first thing that I want all of you to do is take a moment and look around this room. Look at each other, please. Look at this group of change makers who showed up. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Look at you. What our world needs right now more than anything is people who have the audacity to believe that the world can be a better place, and they show up to make it so. So thank you for showing up today. Thank you. Today I want to talk to you about three things. The first question is, can we flip this district? You're getting ahead to the answers already. That's good. The second thing I want to talk about is how we will do it. And the third thing that I want to talk about is what happens if we fail. Yeah. Whew. Most people don't end on a downer like that, right? I want to talk about the elephant in the room, and actually it is an elephant, right? That symbolism and joke writes itself. This is one of the most reliable Republican strongholds in the country. The last election, Burchett won with almost 70% of the vote. Yeah, those odds don't get steeper, but I'm stepping up to fight them anyways. Now, that first thing that I said I wanted to talk about was, can we flip this district? And to know if we can do that, the first thing you need to know is about me and who I am. This last year, I was working in Congress in a House office from a member of New York as a science policy fellow. And while most of my time was spent on the legislative issues that I covered, which ranged from immigration to Social Security and retirement, taxes, financial services, women's health, housing, it was a long list for a first-time staffer. Occasionally, when our phones would ring off the hook, I would pick up some of that slack and I would answer the phones. And no matter what people were calling about, whether they were calling about the president's trade wars, whether they were calling about federal workers being laid off en masse with their service not being recognized, or this administration's attacks on immigrants or scientists, or one of the biggest wealth transfers in history from the working class to the wealthy. No matter what they called about, most people said one of two things, and sometimes both. They would say, someone should do something about this. And the second thing that they would say is, what can I do? Someone should do something about this. As a lifelong problem solver, I agree. And I have to tell you, before I made the decision to run for this office, I actually was working on a book. It was a practical citizen's guide to saving the world. And my working title for that book was Someone Should Do Something, and that someone is you. My plan was to teach people and empower people and remind them that they can make change in their corner of the world. Oh, you come join this party. Welcome, we're glad you're here. Thank you for being here. tools they needed to change their corner of the world, whether that was in their homes, themselves, their churches, their community, our society and world as a whole. I wanted to teach people to see problems the way that I see them, not just as hurdles, but as opportunities to do something about the thing that keeps you up at night. So when I tell you that I'm ready to do this, it's because I've been a problem solver my whole life. It's why I started recycling programs when I was a high school student, composting programs when I was a university student. It's why I started the UTK Free Store and Grow Lab and expanded the food donation program while I was an AmeriCorps member there. And it's why I went back to school to get my PhD in a program focused on the intersection of human behavior and systems design so that I could be better equipped to solve society's biggest problems. And it's why I started my business, Knoxville, and I see so many Knoxvillers here, that started in a tiny room in my house and has now grown to a thriving community space and refillery that is adapting and changing to meet the needs of our community. And it's also why I went to DC last year, to learn more about the federal policymaking process and embed myself and start making changes upstream. So I'm ready to do this. But it doesn't matter how much fire I have in my belly, or all the experience I have making positive change in our world, or the fact that I am willing to work harder than I have ever worked in my entire life, because I simply cannot do this by myself. It is going to require the actions of every single person in this room. Yes. Yes, all of you. And 10 of your friends, and 10 of their friends, and then probably 50 of every person that they know, right? And this is when I come back to my notes, because like I said, this has been a marathon of a week, but actually it's been the sprint before the marathon, because we got 13 months of this, friends. Someone broke the math down to me pretty simply a few weeks ago. So if you're asking that first question, can we flip this district? The answer is we can, and I'm going to tell you how. If Republican voters show up like they usually do in midterms, and as a reminder, this is a midterm, but Democratic voters show up like we usually do in presidential elections, we can win this thing. The math is that simple. Yes! But we cannot win it by continuing to be the party, come on in, that continues to lose the working class. We can't do it that way. Now, I'm a Democrat, and I'm a Democrat because I agree with the core platform of the Democratic Party, which is growing our economy from the bottom up and the middle out. It's about making lives better and easier for working class Americans, making our health care cost less and be accessible to everyone, solving the climate crisis, making homes affordable and accessible, protecting our democracy and our right to vote. The list goes on, and that's why I'm a Democrat. But I, like many of you, am really frustrated with so many of our Democratic Party leaders in DC that seem more interested in protecting the status quo than they are in embracing new leaders and new ideas. That help us meet the challenges of this moment. So can we win it? Yes, we can. The math hardest thing we've ever done? Damn right it is. Yes, this is going to be the hardest thing we've ever done. Okay, so how do we do it? That's the next thing I wanted to talk to you about. What is my plan? Now, you know I spent this last year in D.C., and after the Trump inauguration, I just about wanted to melt into a puddle on the floor. Actually, I did melt into a puddle on the floor. There's a picture of me in a congressional office, and I had just slid off of a chair. My head was kind of under the chair. I have to find that. And my mentor in my office, he called me and some other folks into a room, and he had fought back during the first Trump administration. And he said, a lot of you have been asking for my advice. What do we do? And what he told me is, there is no guidebook. No one is going to tell you what to do or how to fight back for the American people. No one is coming to save us. There is no cavalry. We are the cavalry. That is our path to victory in the longest held Republican district in the country. We become the cavalry, and we oust a representative who cares more about photo ops and stoking culture wars than he cares about serving the people of East Tennessee. We become the cavalry, and that's where we start, right? We start today. We meet voters where they are, and we ask them what they're afraid of, what their concerns are, and what their hopes are for the future. We hold 100 house parties in East Tennessee over the next 13 months. We hold town halls in every corner of this district because we are not afraid to talk to people who think differently than us and have hard conversations about how to solve what ails us. I thought that one would get a bigger one because he doesn't show up. We're going to hold small listening group sessions with workers and teachers and federal employees and veterans and scientists and immigrants and every other group so we can have real, serious conversations about what is happening and what we do about it, and not just what we do about it after the election, but what we do about it right now. We build a volunteer army of neighbors talking to neighbors. And that's pretty appropriate in the volunteer state, right? We grow our movement through all of us reaching out to everyone we know and everyone we have ever met and hundreds and thousands of people that we don't know yet. But what's key is that we're not just going to reach out to people and ask them to vote one Tuesday in November or for one primary in August. No. We are going to reach out and we are going to ask people what's harming them. Because there are people that are hurting in every corner of our community. But guess what? There's also people that are helping in every single corner of our community. That's why I'm going to hire a social worker as one of the very first hires of my campaign. So that we can meet the needs of East Tennesseans right now, and we can give them resources right now. We don't have to wait until next year to start helping our neighbors, guys. We can do this now. eager for purpose and community and belonging, and show them how they can help. Because as much as there are people that need our help, there are whole rooms of people like this that are ready to jump in and do the work. And I can't wait to do it with you. We are going to throw resource fairs, and we're going to throw block parties, and we're going to hold neighborhood cleanups, and we're going to do ice watches, and we're going to do dozens of other events sourced from the brains of the people in this room and everyone else that you know. We are going to power this campaign with grassroots contributions, not corporate PAC money, because this campaign is for the people of this district. I want to be really clear. We have to raise a lot of money to do this, right? If you've seen my videos, we could talk about how broken our campaign finance is for a long time. Like Sam said, my compliance officer, I'm asking her a lot of questions. Last time I checked, Tim has $593,000 in his war chest. That was a few months ago. He's probably raised a few $100,000 since then. This year, he has spent $285,000 campaigning. I don't think any of us have felt the impact of that money in our district. My goal is to raise $600,000, which will give us the tools to run a hell of a good campaign and serve the people while we do it. $600,000. And the earlier we get to that goal means the sooner that me and the team that I am so excited to hire can get out on the ground doing this work, and less time that I have to spend in my house calling people and begging them for money. It means we get to do the work sooner. And we are going to make this campaign joyful. We are going to have potlucks and battles of the band and neighborhood block parties, and we're going to run this campaign in a way that politics can feel like something that makes you belong and brings you together and gives you purpose, that isn't just full of divisiveness and despair. That is how we flip the longest held Republican district in the country and build a movement that people cannot wait to join. That's how we do it. That's my plan. So at this point, I've been talking for a while, and you might remember that my campaign was in 3 parts, right? Can we do it? Yes. Yeah. How will we do it? I think I've answered that. It's a lot of hard work. And what happens if we fail, right? I think y'all can see where I'm going at this point, that if we run a campaign this way, no matter what happens on that Tuesday in November, we will not fail. We can't fail. To be clear, I am going to give it my all, and I expect everyone in this room and everyone you know to do the same, to flip this on that Tuesday in November. Yeah. But if that doesn't happen, that doesn't mean that we were wrong to nurture that tender flame of hope in our bellies and show up to make our neighbors' lives better over the next 13 months. Right? Yeah. We can't lose. We can't lose because we're going to spend the next 13 months helping people. We are going to spend this time building a movement that extends far beyond one election cycle. We are going to build coalitions, we are going to train volunteers, and we are going to remind the people of East Tennessee that our future is in our hands, no one else's. So what's next? How do we start? If you can host a house party, or you want to volunteer, or you have ideas for how we can better connect people to the resources and the work that is already happening, please contact me and my campaign and the team that I'm about to hire. The website is michaelafortennessee.com. Please reach out. If you can donate, I hope that I have shown you that I will be a good steward of your hard-earned cash. And if you can't donate, I understand. I also want to tell you that teeny tiny donations, no matter how small, they still matter, because they show that this is a campaign for and by the people. If you're in a group or represent a coalition, and you want to have a listening session where we can have those hard conversations and we can start figuring out how to solve these problems, reach out. Let's put 3 on the calendar for next month. Let's get this going. And tell everyone you have ever met that change is coming to East Tennessee and they get to be part of it. Woo! No one else is coming to save us. We are the cavalry. I'm ready to put my hope to work. Are you?